This is Pop Culture Guy. Here is the latest Pop Culture Retrospective review. It's on Christopher Nolan's third and final Batman film, The Dark Knight Rises. This year is its 10th anniversary, which is good. Let's discuss this epic superhero film. This year marks the 10th anniversary of Nolan's widely satisfying but divided Bat finale, The Dark Knight Rises. It's not perfect movie like its predecessor, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises has a overstuffed plot, overlying running time, and a few stretches in logic in the narrative of the film. But it still holds up a decade later, in my opinion. In the Dark Knight trilogy, Christian Bale gave one of his best multi-dimensional Batman performances of all time in this film. The final chapter of the trilogy takes place years after The Dark Knight, 8 years, as stated in the film, picks up with Bruce Wayne at the end of his role. Bale's performance in The Dark Knight Rises evokes the aging and grizzled Batman seen in The Dark Knight Returns. Throughout the film, this semi-retired Cape Crusader reluctantly springs back into action. The Dark Knight Rises brings Bale's Bat arc full circle as he finally hunts up the Kyle and passes on the torch. At the same time, we have Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, which is an underrated Catwoman portrayal in the various versions we have gotten with Catwoman. It's a classic Catburger, which I like. She's my first Catwoman, and I think she's definitely the best out of the bunch we have so far. She's not as cinematic as Zoe Kravitz' take, but Anne Hathaway still managed to humanize Celine Kyle. She's a female fatale, or femme fatale, as you call it in cinema, just like she is in the comics. But she's not a one-note archetype like the horrible Halle Berry version in Catwoman, the 2004 film. And of course, there's is Nolan's third Batman film main antagonist slash villain, Bane. Tom Hardy's iconic turn as Bane is incredible. I mean, it's iconic. The most credible and visually looking villain we have in the last 10 years. When he was cast as the main villain in The Dark Knight Rises, I was so ecstatic. His turn as Ames in Inception, of course, in 2010, I was definitely hooked on that because I thought Tom was really great in Inception. Tom Hardy was faced with is in his instrumental task of following up Heath Ledger's Oscar-winning turn as the Joker, which I understand. And I think Hardy's chilling performance as Bane is a lot hammier than Ledger's work in The Dark Knight, but his turn is still iconic, and I think that's what makes him great. Bane, in scene in The Dark Knight Rises, is a surprisingly grounded take on the cartoonish supervillain character in the comics, but also way better than the one we got in Batman and Robin. Thank goodness. With both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, Nolan brought a seriousness and depth to the superhero genre. Now, this third one is memorable, but it's messy and endlessly memorable at the same time. Dark Knight Rises may not be everyone's favorite Batman film. It's not my favorite either, but its importance to both the Christian Bale trilogy and the entire superhero genre cannot not be oversaturated. 10 years later, I think Christopher Nolan orchestrated his grand finale in a great way and changed the movie industry forever. The Dark Knight Rises saw Nolan wrestle with the themes of legacy and consequences, as Bruce Wayne wonders either or not his efforts as Batman have actually made a difference to Gotham City. Batman's greatest superhero is his humanity, which is great, and that's why I really love Batman as a character. In the process of becoming Batman and hoping he can make things better, Wayne constantly has doubts and wonders how, after all these years, things sometimes appear to be worse. He asks himself, am I making a difference? Am I making an impact? Is it about our own individual legacies, which is something we're always with every time in life? Now, ultimately, as the Dark Knight Rises progresses, the power of the symbol of the Batman becomes more prominent and inspirational. It's about what the symbol means to society, Gotham, and humanity. It shows that everyone has the power to step up and beat uh, the forces of evil, like Bane in the movie. That's an incredible powerful statement, which has been at the core of Batman's probably for 85 years to this point. As with this 10th anniversary, I think one of the great things to see The Dark Knight Rises and why it still holds up today, for me, it really shows the depth of who Bruce Wayne is and what Batman is as a character for all these years as a superhero. And I highly recommend you guys to watch this third and final chapter in the Dark Knight trilogy. Have a good day, everyone.